Hey guys, good morning. We're here today to talk about one of the most interesting and handiest Systainers that Festool makes and what I keep in mind. Let's check it out. They've recently released this in a new kit. I think it's an installer set they're calling it or something like that. So I thought it might be a great time to give y'all a little peek inside of what I've had in mind. I've had this one for quite a few years now, so it's not a new one, but it's the exact same as the one they have now. To start with, this is actually considered a Festool tackle box style Systainer. So when you're talking about a tackle box style Systainer, it means it opens up like this. Instead of your normal door top that opens back, this one actually opens out like that. So you can access everything in the bottom, and it gives you a multi-layer experience. So in the bottom here, we have all of our little containers, and this is the same design where you can use any of these little Festool containers that you'd like, the ones that also fit in your 3-drawer Systainers like you saw in my my organization and efficiency videos. This here, you have single size, you have double size ones like this, as well as up in the top and everything, I keep some of my larger ones. Like you can have a huge box like this to fit more things. Like in this one, I've got little pick sets and things for working on shower manifolds and stuff where you have to get back in there and really get into things. I've got razor blades in here. Some unique things like a Festool hook driver right there, a Centratec hook driver. Really handy if you ever have a customer want a bunch of cup hooks put in a cabinet. But lots of stuff, little unique screwdriver bits, basic little stuff that really doesn't fit anywhere else on my truck. I don't use it a ton, so it needs to go in a place where I have all my unique little stuff. Down in here, I have a couple of tile bits, the little diamond hole saw bits. There's several sizes. There's the 2 sizes, actually, for water lines, as well as shower heads. A lot of times I'll use that one, I think it is, for shower heads. But I have another magnetizer. You've seen the Klein one in the past. This is a Weehaw magnetizer. It just has kind of some different spots for magnetizing your screwdrivers and everything. Lots of spacers for outlets for when a lot of times people have replaced their outlets or they've put more wall coverings on since the outlets were replaced. These you break off however many you need and they snap right together. So when you snap that together, the outlet screw goes through here and there's a little slot to make it easy to pop it on behind the outlet. And it'll give you support for your outlet instead of just having it sitting there flopping, like so many people's houses are. Some washers and stuff. And down in here, there are bits and Vicks bits and stuff for my Vicks bits, replacement bits for them and everything. Finish nails, some drywall anchors, drywall screws. And in this side, I always like to keep some gloves. I have a big box of them that lives on the trailer, but this lives in the very back of my drawers in the deck system of the back of my truck. So the nice thing about this is that I can grab a quick pair if I need to right there. And I keep 4 or 5 pairs, so I have them. I do have some easy outs right here. They're Grab It Pro speed outs right there. And they're just, when you've given up and you absolutely have to get the screw out, these sometimes will get it done. And that's about the quality I would give them, is they will sometimes get it done. I keep some grinder attachment blades here. There's a couple of tile blades, DeWalt XP4s, and then paint eater for knocking off if I get into some really aggressive paint stuff that I just can't get through. That will usually do it. And I believe the reason I have this will cut ceramic, porcelain, and granite. And in a pinch, it will cut dry, or with just, a mister bottle or something like that. And those just stack real nice right together. Extra pair of wire cutters, a pair of, they're Irwins, but these are their power slots, and they actually make a big difference when you're trying to cut something like heavy gauge fence wire. So there's that, and then a little pair of bolt cutters in there. I did replace these this month, and I haven't put the new set in this box yet, but I bought the new Knipex Cobolts. So they're a small bolt cutter. I think there might even be a little bit smaller than this, just super handy size. And then down in the very bottom, because of the weight, I keep all the punches. Got a whole set of punches in here. They're just Stanley Fat Maxes, and I think the most common ones I use are up in this side. The bigger ones I keep down in the bottom here. But right in there, just a few unique little hand tools that I don't need every day. So you can fit quite a bit, you know, down below there. So we'll close that up. I'll show you guys what I keep over here. Over on this side, and there's a video coming out soon on these. I got the spring tool set from Sherwin. This is where the new set went. This is a nail set. Has two different sizes of nail sets, one on each end. And then a hinge pin remover right there, and a hinge pin reinstaller on the other end. So handy little set there. There'll be a video coming out that has some really handy tools on it that is on. And here's another super handy little thing. Does anybody know what this is before I say? This is an inside pipe cutter from Irwin. You just put this in your drill, and usually works the best if you can run it fairly fast. And sometimes I'll just run it in reverse because it'll cut through the PVC anyway, but it's got a little blade on there so you can reach down inside. If a pipe is already installed and you're, say, trying to install a toilet flange, or you've installed one of the built-in shower pans or something and you need to cut a pipe off down inside, this will cut PVC from the inside. So just handy to keep on there. I like to keep a little pocket ruler in there, and I just have the Woodpecker's Paolini pocket rule. Has an adjustable little stop on it and whatnot, little spot for your pencil there at the end, so you can set it where you want it and then just scribe your lines on your material. As well, it's really handy on a job site for setting up a router or a saw blade for specific depths. It's got them right here on the end. You can set it right down on your work surface. It's a fairly thick ruler, so you can set it right down on the tabletop of your saw or whatever and get it set to the height you need. Then, another tool that you really need to keep on you all the time is a siding tool. And I have the Malco version of this too, but apparently the Cobalt's what's in here. But this is just for fixing vinyl siding. If you work around any houses that have that, people have it come loose, they have it pop out. You can just slide this under there, pop, and you look like a magician and you're done. It's amazing. So you need to have one of these. They're pretty cheap. Throw one on your truck. But I'd get the Malco one probably. Not that there's much difference, but I don't know. I'm not a huge Cobalt fan, even though you're seeing a few things in here. And then just a spare knife. You always got to have razor blades, and it seems like a helper shows up all the time without one. So, and then some of my most used chisels are right here, which mainly were sizes I was using for drifting pins on doors. So, may not need them now that I've added the hinge pin popper set from Sherwin. Then I keep a little handful of shims, little composite shims. Always have some shims stored somewhere. They're just great. And on this end, in a pinch, you never know what all kind of Torx bits you can run into. So I have the little Festool 50-piece, I believe it is, Torx set. 6 per row, well, 30. There's 30 Torx bits in here from T10 to T50. And, of course, there's about 3 of each size in here. So if you wear one out, you know you're good. And a Centratec adapter in case you need them in Centratec. Just a handy little set. I think I just grabbed that on eBay. I'm not sure. But any of this stuff that I can find links for you, I will. But if you have a specific thing in here you're curious about, let me know and I'll try to find a link to it for you. But up on the opposite side here as well, I have a lot more electrical stuff. These are more, I do not use these much, and I need to replace them with the Wago lever nuts. I've really wanted to do that for a while, but I almost never use these, so they've just stayed on here. This is when you get into such a tight position that there's just no way to get a wire nut in. Sometimes one of these little push fittings is the only thing you can use, and these are Ideal brand, but I don't like using them. They can come loose. I don't trust them 100%, so, you know, your thing. But I do love these, and they're Ideal also, but they're the ones that have the nice soft end on them, and they're just really nice nuts. Then, of course, your standard everyday for sticking together some 12-2. And lots of odd bits, everything from square number 2s to some huge nuts for stove wire, to lots of screws for cabinet hardware and everything. I just have a little bit of everything just right there. It's like when you buy a doorknob, there's extra bolts and stuff left over in it. They go right in there, so I have a little bit of everything in this box. If I have to just grab one box to go in, I can just grab this one if I have to. But for the most part, I like my Systainers better to go in, but this is a really, really visible box if you want everything to really show. Now, to go ahead and show you guys what you get, like you get this box here, and you're probably going to want more of the little boxes inside. Now see, that all closes back up into a nice little Systainer, and the ends snap, and that keeps everything together for you right there. Would make a nice tackle box too, wouldn't it? But you can kind of see through the lid to know more or less what's in the top. A lot better when it's not full of Oklahoma red dirt. But this little set right here is what you can order if you want more boxes and organization. This is the actual box set you order. This is called, well, I'm not going to try to say that word, but the set. 60 by 60, 120 by 71, and by 3 by. But this is just a normal set you grab on Amazon. Now, there might be some affiliate links down in the description below. If you click on any of those, we will make a small commission. Hopefully, we haven't qualified for all that stuff yet, but we're putting them in so we can hopefully help y'all out a little bit too. I'll go ahead and pop this open. It's been laying here on the bench for a while, so I just like getting extra containers, you know, just to have. I use them in every box I have. All these 3-drawer deals. These fit in everything. Like even in the bottom of the open toolboxes have little markings where these will lock right in. So you can put these all over the place. But it'll come with those. Oh, I don't know how many little singles. Let's see here. Yeah, it'll come with 8 single trays. Looks like 4 of the doubles. And then some dividers for your drawers in your if you're using the 3-drawer stacks, these are dividers you can use instead of these. And in the center row, these don't work, these do. So they give you 3 to go with that. And then the way the drawers are designed, when you use containers in them, they don't quite, if you want to be able to get the ones in the back out, they send you these very, very well made foam rubber inserts, and these go right at the back end of your drawer to make it where when you open your drawer all the way out, you'll be able to pull your very back box without any interference. So you want to be sure you put these in the back of each run. So basically, this little set gives you enough to outfit 1 drawer. This is each side, and then these go down the center, however you like to divide up. And that's how you do it. And obviously mix and match anywhere you want. You can only put a couple of these in, whatever. The lugs in the bottom of the box will keep these from tipping over, even if you have areas like, say, you only want 2 of these on this side and you have open area to stack stuff. That's totally fine. Once the drawer's closed, these will not move. Same goes for in here. It's a solid little kit. If you take this and you just... This bounces down the road every single day in the back of my deck system of the truck on Oklahoma dirt roads. And if you've ever lived in Oklahoma or any of these Midwestern states, you know we get washboard roads from tractors and stuff. Nothing moves in these Systainers. And that is just pure abuse in the bed of a truck. So you don't have to worry about sorting out a bunch of misplaced parts when you park. Everything will stay where you want it, thanks to these locking into the little lugs in the bottom of the drawers. Just a fantastic setup. Highly recommend it. So this box is held up, and I have not even broken it, surprisingly. It goes in the deck system, but there's a good little rub mark right on the top of the handle. It's tight right when it pops in. So I make this one the one right at the very front of the drawer, so that as the drawer's closing, it just pops in and it's fine. It's been great. Since this has a curve to it, it rolls in and out. That's literally how much it's tight, so it's not that big a deal. And I've parked lawnmowers on top of the deck system with this touching the bottom and not had a problem, so we're good. Anyway, grab you some of these, though. This does not come with much in the way of sorting boxes, so grab some of those that I was showing there. They're $20-something, I think, and I'll put a link for these down in the description for buying them on Amazon. It'll be an affiliate link, but if you want to grab some of those, they're really, really handy, especially if you get a 3-drawer Systainer and one of these. You can move all your stuff around. You're forever organizing, I know, and this makes it where you don't have to actually move the physical part. You can just move the little caddies that you have everything in, and you can stay peak efficiency. Thank y'all for watching. There's some more videos of mine on these Systainers, the different ones that they have. Check those out. I'll try to get some of those linked in the cards up here on both sides. For organization and efficiency, I think, is one of them, and I'm not sure what other ones I've got. The SysMFT Systainer, I know that one's coming out in the new set. I already have a video on that. I apologize for audio in some of the older videos. Hopefully, it's gotten a lot better since then. But thank y'all for hanging in there. See you on the next one.